Welcome back to Halfass'd podcast with I'm your host Yoshi with my buddy Ray, and we are relaunching this podcast as our dude. You click super loud, man. Go invest in a silent mic or not silent mouse. How dare you? How dare you? No. It's too late. It's too late. You done messed up our relaunch podcast.
Touch.
No, don't touch it.
Click.
He touches his touchscreen and then says click.
Yeah.
All right. No, it's fine. It's fine. So we are relaunching our show, and this is going to be a little bit of a format change. Our goal was to try to educate people, and we ended up getting a little bit too political. And ultimately, we're probably going to take down some of those old episodes because they're pretty bad. But we've got a new start here, and the format is going to be life hacks and ways to hack your life. And new tips, tricks, ideas, travel tips, any way to make your life slightly easier in today's world. Thoughts, Ray?
Well, I'm digging the format change. I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to see how everyone enjoys it.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll enjoy it. I know you will, because that's just the way we roll around here.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't like something, we'll make you like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have no choice in the matter. It just is what it is.
Yeah, everybody listening is like, the fuck are they talking about?
We're talking about everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're also going to keep swearing to a minimum. So that was the last F-bomb. And I'll probably edit that out. So it might sound a little weird, but it's fine.
It might be the last F-bomb.
No promises. But I might just get my bleeper out.
Yeah, it's a limited guarantee. Like, extremely limited.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So any ideas on things that people can look forward to coming after our relaunch?
Well, first and foremost is hearing us, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like that. That's a given. Second, just hope you learn a little something, and, we have a lot of ideas that we would like to get across, and hopefully that, you all will find it interesting and keep coming back to us.
I'm sorry. I have to stop you right there. You said you all?
Yeah,
no, it's
y'all.
All y'all.
No, y'all.
No, y'all is singular. All y'all is plural. All's y'all's is plural possessive. Get it right.
All's y'all's.
All's y'all's.
Every single last one of us. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is just a little southern diction etiquette. I don't know how you say it. What is that?
It all works.
It
Because
works.
it's Southern.
I know, right? That's true.
If it was proper, we wouldn't be saying it correctly.
What's the
Etiquette?
No. What's the southern code for, like, you're an idiot or F you? Was that as a oh, bless your heart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's when you meet someone who is
dumb as a box of rocks.
that, or could be a little slow. He's like, oh, bless your heart. Just kind of like when you see a baby that's not cute, but you don't say that's not a cute baby. It's like, man, now that's a baby.
Oh, okay, that's a good title for it. What do you say to a baby that is not cute?
Well, I have kids already, so I'll just call them ugly. I don't have to worry about karma coming back to me, give me ugly kids.
Because they're already ugly. Because it already happened. I don't got to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's cool.
Oh, man.
So you gotta be honest. The only time I won't is like first time parents.
Oh yeah.
Because it's very special. We all remember those times. So with them, it's like, oh, what a baby.
What a baby.
Good job, you guys.
A baby. That's a A for effort.
Yeah,
Don't say that. That's a terrible thing to say to a new mom.
Now that's a baby.
Now that's a baby.
Yeah, look at that little fella.
That is a child. You have created life.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Good job. But if they had a couple kids before and they were like, don't you think my baby's cute? Like, no. Maybe in a few years. Or when they get past that newborn stage, that awkward newborn stage. Yeah.
God, they all look so weird when they're newborn.
Oh yeah, when they're fresh out the womb. Yeah, they look like an undercooked pizza.
All doughy and red.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that's a terrible visual.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah.
It's the absolute truth.
So I think we touched on this a little bit. Before with travel tips, but seeing as how we're coming up on the holidays again, happens every year.
Yep.
People are going to be wanting to travel, and all y'all people are going to be spreading disease and destruction across the country. I mean, if you have to travel, fine. Just keep me out of it. But let's go over our kind of who's who and what's what of traveling.
Okay.
Where do you want to start, Ray?
Let's start with. My thing is always rental cars.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My thing is always rental cars, and the reason being is there's a lot of people that they'll get their points for hotels for or shared points with airlines with the rental and all that, and I always just tell people, get your points set up, your system, whatever they want to call it, whatever rental service you use, get that set up so that way you can get those reoccurring points and you can get free stuff.
Yep.
With all the traveling I do, I have about, 15 days worth of free rentals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's that with?
Avis.
Avis, okay.
Yeah, so use Avis.
See, now, I never got my Avis. I guess I didn't travel enough because I was being held back because, previous management. We had a previous manager who insisted on only certain people traveling because other people were priority.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. That ain't right. But so you got 50. How does that work for Avis?
So basically, how that works is they work on a point system. So each rental, depending on the dollar amount, is 1-for-1 on the points. So for each dollar, you get a point. Okay. And after around 7,000 points, you get a free rental. Okay. Now the rental is limited to your standard car, standard SUV. So you're not gonna get like
no Maserati,
drop top Mustang or anything like that. But you will get your standard to full size vehicle. And then also you still have the opportunity to upgrade for free too.
Okay, because you still have your status.
Exactly. Okay. So that's the thing about it. So with Avis, it's called the Wizard number, which you use for your sign-ins, right? But another thing too, if you have this stuff, always sign up for like a preferred or whatever checkout. Is with Avis, it's called Avis Preferred, and the way that works is you get to the airport, your destination. You get to the airport, you go into your Avis app, and you see what car they have that you purchased. And it tells you the aisle. So it'll say E24. And you just go straight there, get in your car, leave. Don't have to deal with people. Don't have to wait in that long line of everybody trying to get a rental car because it's only like one person for 30 people. And it takes like 3 hours to rent a car nowadays.
Oh, man, tell me about it.
Yeah. And in that app, you can also do your upgrades. You can do free upgrades and you can do upgrades at cost.
Okay. So if you see something you like, you're like, I want that Hummer.
Exactly.
That's a different story.
That's a different story. Yeah.
So
Avis doesn't provide that.
No. That's hurts.
Big facts.
So I'm going to counter your point, or not counter, but I'm going to add to it. So I left. So Ray and I used to work for the same company, but I don't work there anymore. And my new company was super into national. Okay, so Avis is the way Ray just described it. I'm going to describe national as how do I describe this? Like Avis is like super specific. You got to go to that car and you can get that upgrade and you can do this and it's cool, right? But it's like, okay, that's in one spot. And then you got to go, if you upgrade, it's in a different spot, the other side of the place, whatever, blah blah blah. National is like the lifeguard at the pool that's just trying to make sure nobody drowns, and they're like, we don't really care what you take. It's like this side of the aisle, that side of the aisle, whatever. It's like, hey, okay, if it's parked in this executive aisle, go. And you're an executive, go ham. You know, get whatever you want. And they have Emerald, and they have they have Emerald, Executive, and then Executive Elite. And these are the super special snowflake people. And it's so their reward system is not points based. It's rentals based. Oh. So you got to rent a certain number of days or a certain number of rentals. So I think it's 40 days of rentals throughout the year to get the Executive Elite or whatever, and then you got to get like 15 rentals, like meaning like sections, right? So, to rent,
to improve your status.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like 15, then 15, or something like that. So,
Yeah.
so like if you travel a lot, where if you're in one spot, you're still getting credit, but then what they do is that as your status increases, so Emerald Club is free to join.
Right.
You do 7 rentals, right?
You're an executive.
No, you do 7 rentals, you get 1 free day.
Oh.
Okay, so rentals meaning like contracts.
Yeah.
Right? So not like
7 different contracts, not 7 days.
Not 7 days, exactly. So you do 7. Then as your tier up, right? So that all counts towards your 15 and 15 or whatever. Because I think it's 15 for executive and then 15 more for elite, right? And the way that works is you'll do all your rentals, but as you tier up, it takes less days to earn free days. Or less rentals to earn free days or something like that. So it'll go from like 7 to 6 to 5. So then every 5 rentals, you'll get a free day. I think it also works every 5 days as well. So if you have 1 rental and you have it for 5 days or more, you'll start accruing free days.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it just depends on your situation, because obviously there's the road warrior who's in a different city every night,
right?
You know, and then there's the guys who are in one place for 4 or 5 weeks or whatever, and then the guys that are in 4 or 5 weeks, they still earn basically the same rate as the road warrior.
Okay,
but the road warrior is more profitable for the company.
Right.
Because they're paying those daily rates, those more expensive rates and all that. But like the company I worked for was like, they had super negotiated rates with National that were so ridiculously good. Like full size, $15 a day, including insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
including full coverage insurance. I'm like, man, that's a lot. Like, how can they do that? But it's because of pre-negotiated rates.
Right.
You know, if they pre-negotiate, then it's cheaper. So the point is, sign up. It sucks. Create an email. Oh, there's another life hack. Create a rewards email that's separate for each one of your rewards.
Oh.
So you're not using like your general email, your general Gmail.
You're getting bombarded with all that
getting
stuff.
bombarded with all that stuff. And it's good because then if you start seeing, like, if I set up an email with National, and I set up my new account or whatever, and then I start seeing like Panera Bread ads coming into that email that's only for that. Mm-hmm. Well, now I know they sell the freaking Panera Bread. Right? They sold my data, right? They already sold my data. Like, you ask them not to sell your data, and they sell your data, right? It just kind of gives you a little bit more transparency, right?
Okay.
You know, so because right now what happens is if you use one email and they sell all your data to wherever, you're gonna get bombarded with Panera Bread. Well, Panera Bread might have bought it from 3 different vendors, right? You don't know who they got it from, right? Not to say that anything bad about Panera. Panera's great, and I'd love for them to be a sponsor of this show.
Yeah, they're delicious.
They're freaking amazing.
Yeah,
just like National and Avis and fuck hurts.
F-bomb number 2.
I've tried. I got they're pretty good.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you went through a whole spiel before you did it. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, definitely sign up for this stuff. Mm-hmm. And even if you work with a company that has you travel, a lot of companies allow you to use your membership, so you can take advantage of it. So make sure to do that, because the company does nothing with this stuff.
No,
so you use it, take advantage of it, so that way when you go on your own personal vacation or whatnot, you have free rental cars. You'll have points for hotels.
Mm-hmm.
You can get free flights to get there. So
Yeah.
it's really worth it. If it's especially if you travel a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't travel a lot, I'll just say it's worth it just so that way you don't have to be in that line.
I agree. So even like with National, Emerald Club is free. Like you don't have to do nothing, and
Right.
you just go straight to the
Straight
Emerald.
to the line.
You may not get the best top cars or anything on it.
But you're not waiting
You're
in that
not
line.
waiting
It's
in a
worth
line.
it.
It is bad.
Man, it's worth it.
You know who the worst is on rental cars? Enterprise.
Yeah.
Enterprise is the worst for lines.
Yeah.
They have really good customer service. Their people are really nice and really professional. But I really don't care when I've been traveling for the last 25 and a half hours and this guy's like super cheery and all that and he's like wants to help me to my car. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to get in the car. I want to go.
I want to go.
I want to go.
I don't want to spend any
don't-
more than 10
And
minutes.
I do not want to be upsold on the insurance or this, that, and the other thing or whatever.
Just hear your car, click your buttons, and let me go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's why we stick. And sorry, not to bash on Hertz. Hertz does have a really good system, but Hertz does not have an out of the gate preferential treatment system. Like they will. Like straight out of the gate, I think you can get like express checkout, but it's not that express.
It's not that express,
It's not
yeah.
that express. It's not like Avis Express. It's not like
Yeah.
National Express. It's okay,
Right.
But it's not like, oh my god, I think they call it the President's Circle or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. All the other rental car companies like Alamo and like Budget and so there's only like 3 real rental agencies.
Yeah.
So it's like Hertz is one, Avis owns Budget,
Budget, yep.
and one other one I forgot, and then National, Alamo, and Enterprise are all the
together.
same fleet.
What about Sixth?
That's a German-owned company,
Yeah.
and they are absolute trash.
They are.
They are not.
Their prices
good.
are good though.
Their prices, well, yeah, they're real good.
So they're like Spirit. Spirit Airlines.
Oh, they are the Spirit Airline. Okay, so I rented from Sixt once, Sixt, in Germany, and okay, let me give you a for instance. All right, so I booked the rental for like 8 a.m. Then, like to arrive at 8 a.m. in Germany. Okay. Ultimately, my flight didn't get me there till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Any other rental car company would that
Leaves
be a
that
problem?
open for you
It's
the
not a
whole
problem.
day. Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Sixt was pissed at me they said we only hold it for 30 minutes after your arrival time.
Huh?
Exactly. I'm like, so you guys are upset with me for not telling you my flights had changed from my original reservation. I made the reservation for 8 a.m. because I hadn't booked my flight yet. I was like, well, every other rental car company on the
Yeah,
planet,
you would never think that.
it's like 8 a.m. Cool. All right. That means if I get in at noon, whatever.
Yeah, you get at 6,
flights
7,
get
8.
delayed all the time.
All the damn
all the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Right. So is that like, how am I supposed to like now in this situation? I'm just trying to remember how it worked. It was when I was in Ireland. I went to Ireland for a wedding, and then I went from Ireland to Germany, and the flight that we took from Dublin to Munich was, we were originally going to take the morning flight, and then we were like, no, we're going to take the little afternoon flight or something. And it's only a 2-hour flight, super quick. So it was like, okay, no big deal, especially compared to like 10-hour flight, getting to Dublin, right?
For sure.
So it was just like, all right, well, what's the problem? And they were like snippy, like super pissed. They were like, and I had rented their big ass van. It was a 9-seater van, and I'm like, they're like, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, well, hang on. You made the reservation for 8 a.m. The guy didn't show up, so you just rent it? Like, I mean, I guess that was their policy.
And how many people rent a 9-passenger van?
Thank you.
Like, that's not an often.
Like, that's a niche.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real specific spot, right?
Seriously.
And yeah, so these guys were upset with me. So I am not a fan of Sixt.
Yeah, I can see why.
I'm not a fan. I mean, maybe they're great in the U.S., but their numbers are great.
Yeah.
But then it's like, then again, they wanted to do the enterprise status where they wanted to just run the thing. Oh, well, you didn't sign up for the fuel, and you didn't sign up for this, and you didn't sign up for that. You got to make sure you bring it back full. Otherwise, we're going to charge you €900 per gallon or whatever.
Per liter.
Per liter, right?
Out there, yeah.
Oh, man. And yeah, so, you know, it is what it is, right? But, you know, as far as rental cars go, yeah, sign up with them. create a separate account, get ready to go, because that is probably the most annoying, because you waited for to get off the plane.
Yep.
You waited to get your
bags.
luggage.
Yep.
And then you waited for the bus to take you to the rental car place.
Yep.
Then the rental car place just sat there and was like, well, do you want to buy, the Febreze extras packets or whatever? And
Yeah.
you're like,
to the 30 people in front of you.
oh my God. And they're doing their jobs. Like, I am not saying that the lady behind the counter, the guy behind the counter is not doing their job.
Correct.
They are doing their jobs, and they don't care. You hear about these stories all the time where they, I think, this goes back to Hertz. Hertz reported their car stolen, and while the guy was still driving it.
Wow.
So some random guy was driving it, and it was reported stolen. So that's another thing, right? It's like, okay.
Oh, and another thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times with these quick checkouts where you just pick the car and go, they don't do an inspection with you. So always inspect your car before you get it. Take pictures or video around it.
Good.
Whatever you need to do, because what will happen if you bring the car back and they claim there was something there that wasn't when you received it,
You have nothing.
they will come after you for it.
And the biggest thing was, so this happened to an employee of mine. He was in Minot, North Dakota with Enterprise.
In the middle of nowhere.
I know, middle of nowhere. Just oil tar sands or whatever's up there, in the middle of, I think it was January. So it was cold as all hell.
Oh, for sure.
And this guy, he checks it in, and he didn't check anything, right? He checks it in at Enterprise. It was a local shop because they didn't have anything at the airport. I mean, the airport's the size of a postage stamp, so right?
Going in, coming out.
Yeah, exactly. So the Enterprise guy, when he's checking the car in, the Enterprise guy goes, "Hey, look, you have a flap down here on the front bumper, passenger side. You hit something, and now there's a flap." And he's like, "No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Well, it's there. It wasn't there before." And he's like, "Hang on. How did you know to go look at the front bumper flap?
Right.
Wait, what? How did you know that was there? Why would you, how is that part of your regular inspection?"
Yeah.
It's because these guys, when they do an inspection, they're just they run around it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? That's the most detailed inspection they ever do. However, I would recommend, in certain situations, getting their insurance. Just bite the bullet. It sucks. Just pay full freight for it.
Yeah, but that's not really necessary. Most credit cards cover that.
Yes, but usually they will only act as a secondary. So your primary insurance, being your personal insurance, will have to step in first. Then they will cover whatever that doesn't cover. So, and if you have insurance, also call your own insurance and say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to be traveling. Is there any rental car insurance that you can offer me just for the next 2 weeks that I'm traveling?" And they will offer it to you, and that will be as good as the coverage that you're getting. So that's a fantastic point. But the reason I say bite the bullet and get the insurance, in certain situations where you are a unaccustomed driver, let's say you're from Minot, North Dakota, and you have 2 tractors and a U-Haul in town. That's what you're used to, and.
That's so bad. Wow, 2 tractors and a U-Haul.
And that U-Haul's out every week. Okay? It's very busy. It's the big one. It's got Mom's Addict in it.
Wow.
Yeah. So the 2 tractors and the U-Haul, and you're used to that. And then you're going to Orange County from Anaheim. You're going to Disneyland. You won the Super Bowl. You're going to Disneyland. And the Super Bowl in Minot, North Dakota is the cake eating contest with followed by the pickle juice drinking contest. Followed by the upchuck.
Oh my gosh.
So these are the things that, it's hey, you're now in Southern California. You're not used to it. Get the insurance.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some meth tweaker that's trying to get a a catalytic converter off there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously call your insurance, but if you're hey, I don't want to deal with all that, it's $32 a day. Yeah, it sucks. It's a ripoff. 10 days, you're $320 in, and but paying for a catalytic converter, $15,000 or not $15,000, $1,500.
Yeah.
It's especially because it's a much bigger area. New York, same thing.
Yeah.
Right? You go rent a car in New York, well, you'd be dumb. But
well, depending if you're in New York.
Yeah. If you're in upstate, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
but yeah, if you're in New York, I wouldn't be renting anything. I'll just
Subway and
Subway or
Uber,
Sea of Yellow
cab,
with a cab. Yeah, that's for sure.
So okay, let's shifting topics from cars. Any other hacks, pro tips for travel?
Let's just talk about getting to the airport.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now, we discussed this before, but I have to reiterate this because there's so many people that do this last minute stuff, and the problem with
feels like there's a story there.
Well, yeah, and it is because so this is the thing. My thing is to always, I don't care what airport it is, I'm there 2 hours ahead.
Okay.
Regardless, if it's an international flight, 3 hours.
Okay.
Customs can be a pain.
Agreed.
So 2 hours ahead. I don't care if it's a small airport or a large airport. Just do it. What else are you doing during that time anyway? Just go there, get you some food, have a drink, whatever, and then get on your flight. The problem when you're running late or you come last minute because you think, oh, well, this is a small airport, no problem with TSA, and then all of a sudden you ran into a whole deplaned group of people, and now your 10-minute walk through TSA is going to take you 3 hours.
Yeah.
So one thing, and then another thing that happens is you affect other people. And I know a lot of people are selfish. They don't care about other people. They just want to make their flight. I get it. But when you're running late, or if you book your thing late and you can't get all your family in one seat, now you're coming to me sitting in my comfortable aisle chair saying, hey, can you please move so we can all sit together? So I got to be responsible for your lack of responsibility.
Yeah. Now your problem has become my problem.
Yeah, so, and don't get me wrong. Most of the time I'm nice about it and I'll do it. Especially when it comes to like little kids.
F them. I
won't. But when it comes to couples and all that stuff, no, I'm sorry.
No.
You guys just gonna have to sit separate for the next 4 hours.
So I'm with you on that. Like I will help. Okay, two things.
Small children.
I will help small children if it looks like the child is not going to be a problem during the flight. If the child is because the ones that are acting up already when they're at the gate. No.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So there's two things I don't do on planes.
Well, real quick, children and older people, elders. I'll help them too.
Yeah, I will.
I can't let Mima sit by herself.
But I'm sorry. I'm a feminist, man. So, like, if you pack your bag, you better carry that up on the overhead.
You
packed it, bro. You packed it. Like, if it's 55 pounds and you can't overhand press 55 pounds, that sounds like a you problem, man.
See, and that's where I'm a little different. I'll help people put their bags out. I'll even help people grab bags out of there.
You were raised in the South, man. I was raised in California. I've been a feminist since I was 4 years old, man. It's all about equality. It's like, you shouldn't have packed those stilettos in there that weigh 65 pounds or whatever, those stripper heels or whatever. I'm sorry. Like,
oh, man.
I'm joking. I'll help, maybe, if you're hot.
He's not joking. He's not. Even if you're hot, he probably won't help you.
Yeah,
like, well,
I've definitely.
Then you can ask someone else.
There are plenty other simps on this plane that will gladly help you for a chance at nothing. Okay, right. It's like, I'm married. y'all off the limits, man. It's like, it's not like you came from the club straight to the airport. Nah, like that was
right. Yeah.
And so like, but. I completely agree. Getting to the airport is absolutely critical.
Yes.
Getting to the airport early is absolutely critical. I think the best thing. So my little life hack for me is if I fly out at like 6:55 in the evening or whatever, I will. So after a few technical difficulties, we're back. And as I was so rudely interrupted, I generally start traveling. So if I'm at 6:55, I will move, like in my brain, I will move that to 6 a.m. So then I'll be like, oh, I got to be there for 2 hours before, or not 6 a.m., let's say 6 p.m. Like, I'll be there 2 hours before, 6 a.m., whatever. I'll be there at 4.
At 4 in the morning.
I'll be there at 4. And so that gives me a nice buffer of 55 minutes. Because, and The airlines try to do that. They will not print your departure time on your ticket anymore. Do you notice that? They put the boarding time on there.
That's true.
You're
right.
They will not put the departure time on there. It's in there, but it's like fine print, like tiny print. And so they will. Turn your mic up just a second. All right. So yeah, they will put that. They will put that. The boarding time on there. So just keep in mind, like, get there early, people. Like, get there early. Don't stress.
Yep.
And also weigh your bags. It doesn't, I know people don't like getting on scales, but put a bag on a scale, and before you get there, get your numbers right, get your budget right, and stop trying to, like, they're going to nickel and dime you, just accept it. Like they're going to make you pay for the bag. They're going to make you pay for the overweight bag. Do not yell at the lady at the counter, because you knew that going in. You knew that there was no, like, it wasn't a surprise, right? You knew that shit was coming. Sorry, excuse my language again. I'll have to bleep myself so many times.
It's all good. You're the new FCC.
I know, right? Freaking FCC.
But I completely agree with that. Yeah, just when you travel, there's an amount of due diligence you need to do before you travel, right?
Agreed.
One thing I do, if I'm not familiar with an airport, I look at the map of the airport so I know where I need to go. Now, granted, gates can change and all that, especially now. Things are so inconsistent with airlines, but you at least have a general idea of where everything is.
Agreed.
You know what routes you need to take. You know if you need to take a tram. You figure all this stuff out so that way you can just get there and get pushing, get going. Another thing, too, take full advantage of any of the apps of these airlines so that way you can do your pre-check-in.
Oh, yeah.
That way you can pay for your bags. You can do all that stuff up front. And all you need to do at that point is just go to that little kiosk
bag
and
drop.
get your bag, do your bag drop. That's it.
Super simple.
Very simple, super easy. It gets you in and out. Another thing, 2 things I recommend. I recommend TSA PreCheck.
Okay.
I recommend having that.
Okay.
It's worth it. $80 for the year, however much it is. It's completely worth it. Another thing, too, if you travel often and you travel through large airports, I also would recommend getting Clear.
Yeah.
Clear is like, I think it's $200 for the year.
I think it's less. I think it's only like $100 a year.
Yeah, but with that tied in with TSA PreCheck, you're in no line.
Yeah.
No line whatsoever. And also Clear works for other events, like here in California at the Staples Centers. You get access with them as well.
Yeah.
So it's really worth it.
Oh, wait, Clear works at the Staples Center?
Yep.
Oh.
It works at venues as well. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Crypto Center.
But that's Staples Center.
That's the Staples Center now. Yeah, it's Crypto.